I don't like being where I am, but when you got nothing else, they stole my stuff down there at Continental Kitchen. They threw it all away. I mean, it wasn't sanitation. It was the people that own the business. They illegally not only threw my stuff away, but 2 other people's stuff away illegally. You know what I mean? And then turned around and just left us with nothing. My ID, my birth certificate, everything. My paperwork for my housing. I was about to get my Section 8. You know what I mean? So that ultimately just put me in an even worse predicament. You know what I mean? There's that going on because now I got to get all of that back before December. Was in a spot for a year, and then I got kicked out because my manager decided to just barge in my door, started yelling at me while I was pissed off. So she triggered my PTSD, and nobody stood up for me. You know what I mean? And I slammed the door in her face, and I felt so bad about it. I apologized, and that wasn't even enough to keep me inside of my place, even though I got a mental disorder. And you know what I mean? I've been through a lot of past experiences, but I don't try to hold that over anybody. It's not nobody's fault, but she knew what she was doing. She knocked 3 times, came in my door, started yelling at me while I'm passed out. You know what I mean? And just, what do you expect a person to do? I mean, I woke up and was still nice. I woke up and I was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? You know what I mean? Answered the person like respectfully. And then they say, oh no, you need to come downstairs right now. Like, what, excuse me? Like, I just woke up. You can at least give me 5 minutes to get myself up, ready and go. But no, they didn't even want to do that. She's like, no, you need to come down, like demanding me to come downstairs. So it's just, that's what really ultimately just triggered my PTSD. And I tried to do my best to not, I mean, I would never harm anybody, but you know what I mean? I know people get in that mind state where they would think that would happen because of my anger, but I would never harm anybody like that. I felt so bad afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, shortly after, I come downstairs and I'm like, hey, tell her I said I'm sorry. Because, you know what I mean? I felt bad as fuck that I slammed the door in her face. But she was yelling at me, dude. You didn't even give me a chance to open the door. You know what I mean? You come in my door and I still answer you. You know what I mean? Respectfully. And I had nobody to have my back even after fucking, you know what I mean? Even after all that. So they kicked me out, back out on the streets again. You know what I mean? Been almost a month now. But you know what I mean? I was only inside for a year. After that, it was like that first year was only 1 year out of 13 years on the street. You know what I mean? You can't just take somebody and go 13 years and then go inside and think they're going to be able to change their life. No, it's not going to be that easy. You know what I mean? And then when you get inside, you don't have people helping you. You know what I mean? You get in there, you don't have people helping you get a job. You don't have them fucking sitting there really having your back because they're talking shit behind your back, stabbing you in the back. You know what I mean? Like saying they're gonna help you and they really don't. You know, it's just, I don't get that. I really don't understand what that is. What kind of person you would go and ask for help and would call you a piece of shit. You know what I mean? You literally go and ask them for help. Like, oh, they tell you, go get a job, go find a job. Okay, cool, yeah. The person that has a job that can offer you one, I say it again, that can offer you one, will not give you one. You know what I mean? When you need it. You know what I mean? How are we gonna get a job when we don't have a place to live? And then when you go live in Section 8, they want you to have a credit score. What? A homeless person having a credit score? That don't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, that's just like, you know what I mean? You're hitting yourself in the head, for real. Like, that right there is what's gonna be the problem in anybody getting housing, is because nobody on the streets has credit. Nobody. You know what I mean? And if they do, their credit is going to almost guarantee their credit's going to either be shit or, I mean, I'd be surprised if you might find a few that have really good credit because they just never used it. You know what I mean? Or knew about it. But almost every single person I know has bad credit.